Alright. What up? It's your boy Zeus, BjMrClean. I just jumped off the porch for Dirty Glove Bastard.
They tried to catch me slipping, but you know I keep that thunder. Them boys ain't in the Olympics, but they sprinting like some runners.
Alright, we got BjMrClean Zeus hopping off the porch with us today.
What it do, y'all?
How you feeling, gang?
Shit, man, I'm chilling. I'm happy to be in the A for real, man.
For
Kicking
sure.
it out here.
For sure. It's a pleasure to have you out here and on the porch with us, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what type of shit you been getting into since you been in the city, man?
Shit, honestly, just been exploring and shit, trying to keep up with my cousin and shit, trying to, you know what I'm saying, mimic her lifestyle out here. But honestly, networking is a big reason I'm out here, trying to meet new people, get my foot in the door to basically the music industry out here, you know,
For sure.
it's just basically like the black mecca for everything, you know what I
For sure.
mean?
So how often do you get the chance to come out here to Atlanta?
Recently, it's been like once every 3 months or so. But I'm definitely trying to be out here more frequently because, like I said, man, this is one of the best places to network with people, with individuals. There's so many outlets out here to help me get my name out there as well. So that's one of the biggest things.
So how would you compare Atlanta to back home in Cincinnati, Ohio?
Shit, honestly, Cincinnati is different, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I think Cincinnati is. The networking ability is there, but it's not as broad as Atlanta. Like, for instance, you won't meet some of the, or come across some of the individuals out here that you will in Atlanta, but it's home, you know what I mean? It's engraved in me, it's something that I always be there, so, you know what I'm saying? I definitely make it a point to get back and see everybody and make my connections and do what I need to do when I'm there.
That's real.
Yeah.
How would you explain the way of life to somebody who's never been or who has, you know what I'm saying, is not familiar?
It's crazy, man. It's a lot more, I don't want to say like cutthroat, like, but I don't feel like it's a lot less patience. There you go. Like, it's a lot less patience for stuff. Like versus people in like where I'm at in Colorado or Cali, like you will go heads up with a motherfucker before you pull a strap out and clap them. It's different where I'm from. Like everybody got a gun. You know what I mean, everybody got a strap, so you got to watch out and be safe. You know what I'm saying? But it's more so for protection. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but it's changing. It's changing a lot. So. Man, definitely. I love it. It's the city, so.
How would you describe your upbringing in that environment?
For real, I ain't never like, for real, get into the banging part of the shit until I got older, but I was more so like on that money, like always trying to get my money up when I was growing up. So like, if you needed a resource or you needed something, then I was the motherfucker you came to, you know what I'm saying, link up with, like, cause I was good with everybody for the most part. Like, it just so happened, I had family growing up in two different hoods when I growing up. Like, so my mama's side of the family, they from somewhere called Lincoln Heights or the Zone. And then my pop's side of the family, he from somewhere called Bond Hill. So that different upbringing helped out a lot because I got to see a bunch of different sides and faces of the city.
Yeah. What would you say about each side of your family? Me and your mom's side and your dad's side. What would you learn from each side, you would say?
Patience. That's one thing I could definitely say because growing up, like, my pop, he was in my life, but he wasn't necessarily there to teach me life lessons the way other fathers would because he got incarcerated, like, and he learned from his mistakes. He's a successful individual now, but like one thing I say is he taught me patience and choices, like certain choices that you make now gonna affect you right now, and certain choices you make now gonna affect you forever. Like, so that's the biggest thing. I definitely applaud my father for that. My mother, like me and her, she crazy. Like that's how mamas though. Like I love her to death. She lent her opinion for everything. You know what I mean? That's how it is. Like, so for sure.
That's real.
Yeah.
So with both of those skills intact, when would you say you decided to jump off the porch?
Shit, probably about, like, realistically, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Like, that's when I started getting my foot in the door with music and everything. Right when I got to Cali and got out the military and everything, I had a little bit of resource to put behind myself. So any big artist that came out there, I would try and network with, whether it was through the trees, you know what I'm saying, because it's legal in Cali to grow and, you know what I'm saying, distribute, whether it was open up for them or whatever the case. Like, whenever they came out there, I was trying to network with whoever. So I got the opportunity to open for some decent names, like, over the recent years because of that. So, like, it definitely helped out. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing how to approach people the right way and having everything correct when it's time to, you know, put your foot up. You know what I mean?
So who are some of the artists you would say you got a chance to open up for?
Over the years, Migos, Durk, Cap G, the gang, Mozzie a couple times. As a matter of fact, free Mozzie, free the homie Mozzie. Shit, man. Smaller artists or Cali artists like Lil Peep. Let me see. Rapping for Tay, I can go on, man. Like I've been blessed to open up for some decent individuals. 21 Savage, when he came through there, I opened up for him. So like, it was fortunate, man. Like that I was in the right place at the right time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I guess migrating from the Midwest or the East Coast or the South, whatever you want to call it, to the West Coast was probably one of the best things that I could have done for myself.
For sure. Not too long ago, you relocated to Colorado, right?
Yep, like I left Cali and moved back to Colorado, man. California, I still got strong roots there. I'm out there basically once every other month, but at the same time, I kept getting in trouble, man, and it's expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, lawyer fees, tickets, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case, getting in trouble, you know what I'm saying, the way I was moving, it wasn't conducive to what I was trying to do with the music. So Colorado is a lot slower, and I'm dead smack in the middle of the country, so I can move anywhere I need to go, basically, you know what I mean? Like, and it also allowed me to save up and focus on what I want to do, you know what I mean?
That's real still.
Yeah.
So take us to the beginning, right? When did you know that you wanted to be involved with the weed business?
Shit. To be honest, like I always like growing up, I loved smoking. Like that's what I did in high school. To be honest, like a lot of people condone or disagree with decisions that I made, like when I was growing up in high school. But I always felt like everybody smoked marijuana. Like it ain't like doing, you know what I'm saying, crack or meth or dog or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It ain't none of that. Like basically, people do it for their nerves to calm themselves down. So. Versus a lot of motherfuckers taking pills or a lot of people drinking alcohol, I say smoke a blunt and see how that help you out. Like, so I always seen the positive effects in it. I never thought about it as a drug. Like, so even when I was younger, I felt like if a motherfucker just hit a blunt with another motherfucker you beefing with, you'll probably figure out why you beefing and come to an agreement to disagree and walk away from the situation, whether to, you know what I'm saying, get all wild up. So for real, I always knew that. I always knew deep down for me that it was gonna be something big, like in America, like. Cause you can't hold somebody back from smoking, like you do it anyway. Like you feel me? Like,
yeah. So when would you say you jumped off the porch with that business endeavor?
When I got out the military, like 2015, 2016, that's when for real, I met up with some homies up in Lompoc, California. They call themselves fucks with it, but they also had a legal little collective. And I basically went from there, like that's that. Some of my Spanish homies up there, so shout out to fucks with it. Appreciate that.
That's real. Mm-hmm. This nigga done skipped the whole military. Nigga, you was in the military. This nigga went to the military to traffic.
Nah.
How the hell that happened?
Nah, I mean, because like I said, in California, it ain't illegal to sell weed.
Right.
Like, so, I mean, I guess you can distribute it with certain terms. Like, just like Colorado, you can grow up to like, I think it's 12 ounces, or excuse me, 12 plants up to 4 feet or something like that, or 6 feet or something like that. So, like basically, I got out and I saw the, like I said, I saw the value in it. It's something that you got on the West Coast that everybody out there can easily access, that not necessarily everybody on this part of the geographics can access, you know what I mean? So, like, it's definitely a supply and demand thing. Like, I know for a fact that if it's legal to do something here in America, 9 times out of 10, 15 years down the line, it's gonna be legal to do it in a lot of other places that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, so I just took wind of that. Like, it's just basically thinking like how, let me put it like this, like how Lil Wayne was, or T-Pain and them start rapping with that auto-tune. Like, at first people was like, that ain't gonna catch on. Then all of a sudden, you hear everybody, fast forward 10, 15 years, you hear everybody doing it. Same thing with smoking, like smoking weed, I felt like I knew a bunch of old heads who did it, who didn't frown upon it, but for whatever reason, like a lot of people in our generation made it seem like it was something that wasn't good to do. Like, fast forward 10 years, everybody do it. Like, if your mama, your grandma, your cousin, anybody do it, and they don't look at it like it's a bad thing. And that's why I say, like, I don't think you should necessarily follow trends. I think you should set your own, or, you know what I'm saying, do what you think is gonna bust. Like, and if not, go back to the drawing board, but learn from those mistakes. Like, And when you're doing it, meet the right people along the way, because you never know who, somebody doing a venture, you never know what's gonna happen. They may be the next person in that lane just busting out, you know what I mean? Like, so don't ever disregard somebody either, man. Like, so.
That's a real spill.
Yeah.
So how would you say you make it all cohesive with your music career?
Because you gotta look at your music career as a business and a brand first. Like, that's the bottom line in the discussion. And if you can't figure out a way to make yourself stand out from everybody else, then, I mean, you gonna have a harder time getting out there, because now a lot of times these big labels, they not looking for somebody who trying to up and come. They already looking for somebody who kind of got their own lane popping and shit. So I feel like this is the best way to do it. That's why I got my own little Gifted Stoner brand. I'm trademarked and all of that, because I feel like if you get one part of me, you're gonna have to get all of it. And then on top of that, like, I feel like I bring something to the table that a lot of people can't, like, because I can cultivate my own strains. Like, man, I got my own strain. Like, I got other people who do that as well. So, and I mean, the shit that we grow, it ain't boo-boo. Like, so, like, it's a lot of people who we fucking with who kind of, you know what I'm saying, who doing what they need to do to put us in the right position to make moves, and I'm grateful for that. Like, so.
That's a real spill. When would you say you first noticed your aspirations for music?
For real, I always liked to rap, like, but then, shit, for real, I think I played a song for one of my homies back in Cincinnati, and he was like, "But this is actually alright, bro." Like, and then I think I let her hear a couple songs, and she was like, "You actually can make some decent music, bro. You should push it." Like, and this is at the time where, like, I was roughly coming out, like, starting to try and, actually make music, but I didn't know how to do it, like, know my own sound. So I was kind of finding myself, and then that's like back 2017 when I actually was like trying to push myself and starting to open up for people and everything. So fast forward a year, I think in like 2018, I was actually out here for AC3, and I actually got some pointers on what to do, like how people think I should move, do this, that, and the other. And I kind of followed some of those directions, like start linking with people, networking for, reasons other than just music. Because anybody can get on the beat and spit 16 and talk about stuff that they see or they hear, but I mean, to connect the dots and, actually have meaning meeting somebody, that's a big difference, like, and have a lasting impact on somebody. So that's why I figured I can use my ability to access, certain things and use that as a segue. Like, I can do this, but I also make music, like, you know what I mean? So
that's real shit.
Yeah.
So talk about the process to get here. 3 projects in, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My third project is actually hosted by BjMrClean, so shout out to him. I appreciate you for that, man. We're gonna drop that hopefully by the end of this month. I'm trying to get that out. But I just make music that's relevant to me, honestly. This next little project that I'm coming with called Gucci Mane LaFleur. I'm trying to get attention of a couple motherfuckers. But hopefully this next little project resonates a little bit more, because it's a lane that I really haven't experienced or experimented with too much. Like, I haven't done that trap side real talk. So I'm excited to see how people react to it for real.
For sure.
Yeah.
Talk about the inspiration of the title. Obviously, we know Gucci Mane
LaFleur,
who he is.
Yeah, he one of my favorites.
So that's what it was.
To me, one of the GOATs. Like, I mean, who ain't heard of Gucci? I don't care. You don't even really got to listen to rap and you know who Gucci is. Like, I think he got one of the highest album counts out there. You name it, man. Like, he talk about real stuff that's relevant to him. He the product of his environment, but he also show you how change can be good. So, like, I think he's one of the best.
That's real.
Yeah.
So talk about the inspiration behind the sound of the project.
It's kind of a little bit tailored towards, like, what I think. I don't know. Like, it's a little bit of South, a little bit of Cali, a little bit of Midwest as well. But it's inspired a lot by, like, Gucci type music. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was listening to that in the trap house a lot when I listened to it. Back to the trap, that, man, Gucci Mane. I was listening to a lot of this shit, bro. Like, I was banging a bunch of Gucci, like, so. That and the old OJ, and you know what I'm saying, like, a lot of Waka, like, so. Hopefully you can hear the inspiration behind it in them, like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's a real spill.
Mm-hmm.
What is it the most that you want out of your music career?
To be honest, I just want to get recognition for, because I feel like honestly I'm pretty good at my craft, if not one of the best at it. Like I'm not gonna say I'm the best lyrically, but I'm super diverse. Like I can make pop music, rap, R&B, hip hop, you name it. I done it. I wrote for people. So like I mean, that's one of the biggest things for me. I feel like once I get my foot in the door to open a lot of lanes, not just for music for me, but for my own ventures and for a couple of other ventures that I want to take part in. So, but the recognition is the biggest thing. I can care less about the money. I can make my own money. But that is definitely a perk. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but more so the recognition and notoriety. Like, because you go with that come influence and that come money, that come power.
That's real stuff. What is it that you want listeners to take from your music?
Number one, that not all lyrics is not all real. So if you ever hear me say I did a drive-by and jumped off of somebody, then I mean it may be some kind of basis to that, but it's not 100% real. Like and that's for most rappers out there. I'm just saying that as a basis, like because like these police, they taking people's lyrics and they locking them up for a lot of times. It's a factual experience, but maybe they talking about something that's relevant to them years and years and years ago, or something. You know what I mean? Like stuff that don't even have no merit now. You know, just little things. So, that's the biggest thing I want you to take away from my lyrics. Like, for real. Like, yeah.
That's what's going on.
Yeah.
So, besides music, right? We got the music down. We got the weed growing. What's some of the other business endeavors you want to dive into?
For real, I want to get into like the real estate stuff. That's one of the things that I definitely got my eye on down here. Hopefully, me and my lady can get to that. You know what I'm saying? Do what we got to do to make that happen and go from there. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's about real estate that got you attracted to that business?
Just because it's something that's generational, excuse me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And also, if you get enough people to do that, you know what I'm saying, with like-mindedness, that's gentrification as well. Like, so, like, if we can go back and start buying our own neighborhoods, then why not do it? You know what I mean? That's
real.
Like, so.
What's something that you would want the youth to take from this interview right now? What's some words of advice you can give them right now?
You're gonna make mistakes, but learn from those mistakes and keep on pushing, keep thriving, because at the end of the day, that's the only way you're gonna learn. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have some good days, you're gonna have some bad days, but you gotta push through.
For sure. What else you working on right now?
Nah, man, we got some shit coming out with DJ Charisma from the West Coast, hosting that later on down in the year. So appreciate that, Young California. Shout out to them. But other than that, we're gonna start trying to put together some little tours out there in Colorado. Hopefully, man. Like I'm speaking right now with a lot of loose moving parts. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, get her booked up and get them out there as well. So, but I'm definitely trying to bridge that gap between the West and the South. I know it's a lot of people that's going back and forth, but ain't too many people out there in Colorado that's coming back and forth like that. So. Yeah. I'm trying to shine light on the state, but also on my home state, Cincinnati, or my home city, Cincinnati, because, like I said, man, there's a lot of artists out there that got talent, but I just feel like they haven't networked and came together like some of these cities like Atlanta, Houston, and Texas, and, you know what I'm saying, like the other big places like LA, Bay, like they all got rappers that's all coming up, bringing each other. So I feel like that's what we need now. Like.
That's a real spill.
Yeah.
Talk more so about the relationship you and Boss Brick got. I know, you know what I'm saying, y'all cousins. Y'all look like cousins.
Shit, yeah, her daddy and my our pops, they brothers and shit, they first brothers, like, you know what I'm saying, they blood
y'all
brothers.
first cousins.
Yeah. So, man, that's a story in this song for real. Like, we can write a whole book about them two motherfuckers. Like, but shit, honestly, she the one who inspired me to do a lot because she keep her foot up my ass, to be honest. Like, because a lot of times I was getting complacent when it came to the music, and then I finally start putting like I said, some resources into it, and I'm actually starting to see results. So it's paying off, and I'm gonna keep moving with it. Like, so.
Real spill.
Yep.
Any last words and shout outs?
Shout out to Gifted Stoner, shout out to the No Homo Show, you know what I'm saying, Progress Report, DGB. I appreciate y'all for having me. So yeah, just let's keep it moving.
Gang.
Colorado stand up, Cincinnati stand up, Cali stand up, 805.
Let's get it.
Yeah, they tried to catch me slipping, but you know I keep that thumb. Them boys ain't in the Olympics, but they sprinting like some runners. They know I'm still a shooter.